In this video, I look at your PTFS suggestions once again. Let's see what the PTFS community suggested to Orange and Sam right now. Now, if I've been asked fair, please subscribe for daily represent content every single day. Would highly appreciate it. Only a small percent you're actually subscribed. So here, please do consider subscribing. Hit the bell for notifications to never miss an upload. Watch the video so we get tomorrow across the video. Otherwise, sit back, relax. Let's look at these PTFS suggestions and get a little in-depth look at them. Starting off with Abby Pasitio, and this person says, come on, add the Pepsi Concorde. Now the Pepsi Concorde was a special livery for a Pepsi commercial using a Concorde. I think they painted one of those Air France British Airways Concordes and make it blue. I think it's a pretty cool idea. I mean, it brings a pretty cool livery to Concorde. It's very unique, and I can see a lot of uses and a lot of fun with it. I'm gonna go ahead and give this suggestion a 9 out of possible 10 here. Dark Phoenix 365, and this person says add the Boeing Bell V-22. Now the Boeing Bell V-22 is actually a VTOL aircraft where it has these big propellers that can actually use as a helicopter, and then they can turn the propellers forward so it can actually fly itself like an actual plane. This would bring a brand new mechanic to the game, and honestly I could see your mechanic as like a helicopter control starting going up, and you can change it to a plane when the propellers start to go forward. It's gonna be hard to animate though. I think the propeller system can be worked as like what they do with gears, where it just flicks up and down and just flicks or flaps. I don't think it should be animated. It's just like straight abrupt from one place to another. It would be great for like a modern military aircraft, and it makes sense too. I'm gonna go ahead and give this suggestion a 7 out of 10 though, because Orange, it might be hard for him to develop it, and that's where one of my parts score, where is it viable for the game? Would Orange be able to develop this to something like a solid product? I'm like a little skeptical of if Orange can do that, but for myself personally, I really like the idea, so that's why I get it at a 7 out of 10. Ego Ballistic Zero says add the Thule Air Base. Add this to either Greenwich or Southampton. Now Thule Air Base is a base in Greenland, which actually is used for US military stuff, I think during the Cold War. I also want to talk about military bases because we only have 3 in the game: RF Scranton, Air Base Gary, and of course the HMS Queen Elizabeth, and all of them are just surrounded in that like west area. Like if you think about it, let's say the east is like Greenwich, South Matona, just everything else is on that side. We don't have like an actual military base dedicated to Greenwich and South Matona. I'm gonna go ahead and give this suggestion a 9 out of 10. It's viable in my opinion. It wouldn't be that big, so it can technically fit. Banana 70866 says add the Embraer EMB 314 Super Tucano. It's also spawnable in the training century, such as both light aircraft, attack aircraft, and trainer aircraft. Max speed is 368 miles per hour. I think the Tucano would be very cool to fly. I can already see like acrobatic tricks with it, and honestly can really compete with the extra 300 for that, light aircraft that can go really fast, and honestly would be nice to enjoy. And honestly, I would personally fly this, right? This brings a new perspective on light aircraft and hopefully get more people to use it. Let's go revitalization here, fellas. So I'm gonna give this session a 9 out of 10. It's also viable for the game because I think Orange can make it very quickly. It's very light. I like it, so very nice. Adeuce says add the F-35B, and I like the F-35B. It brings a new VTOL aircraft to the game, which we only have one, the Hawker Harrier, and I think we can grow on the VTOL idea. We already talked to the VTOL with the other aircraft, the V-22 I think it's called. I forgot what it's called. It's been 5 minutes since I talked about suggestion. What am I doing? It's a very cool fast jet that honestly makes a lot of sense. I can already see some stuff for like military installations where they have to land on a very small area. And honestly, it would be pretty cool for role plays. Now, as you can see, I think it's probably for Robux because of its special mechanics and stuff. I think it's like the same price of the F-14 or all those other aircraft. Let's add more VTOL stuff. It's a 10 out of 10 suggestion for me. I'm just candy 10 out of 10. It's like, it's candy at this point. Come on, bing bing. JDJ06, and he says add the Joe Biden plane. Oh God, help! I've fallen and I can't get up. I gotta have no face cam. But not applicable. Well, I don't know why. This is how we include politics in this video. Let's face it. Let's go ahead and head right now into halftime, where this person suggested my Discord server, where there's a lot of suggestions that we can look at. Let's go ahead and go to the speed round. Create a limo with the Air Force One Game Pass. Pretty cool. We could use it for presidential roleplays. I think it's a 10 out of 10 right here. Failure presets, never gonna happen. 0 out of 10. PvP game port, please look at the pins. 0 out of 10. Jet bridge movements. The jet bridge just sucks, so obviously they should be improved. Maybe they can go in reverse or go forward like this person said in my Discord server. So obviously I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I think they can improve. This is a special suggestion because 2 people have suggested this. The first person is Abby Basito, and the second is Anton Trier Mega, and these 2 says Norwegian aircraft. Let's talk about Mega for a second. Please be my thumbnail artist. I swear, you're just an amazing person. I mean, look at that. That's it. You really look cool. On the Norwegian livery, I think it's a pretty cool idea, partly because on the tails of Norwegian aircraft, there's people, like famous people, and maybe you put like a Norwegian pilot or something, and that's honestly really cool. It would be interesting on who PTFS would actually add. My guess, if I were to pick who would be added, I think it would be Coda QWERTY. I think it makes sense. Nobody really talks about Mr. QWERTY at all, so I mean, it makes sense to add him on the livery. I mean, it looks pretty nice. It's just the uniqueness of the livery makes me say, I really should be adding this. So I have to give this a 10 out of 10. I'm sorry. I just give it 10 out of 10s here. Sushi 365, the F-14 with the sweep wing. We have the F-15, we have the F-18, we have the F-22, but we don't have an F-14 here, and the sweep wing is certainly an interesting topic. And the F-14, they actually swing back and forth automatically during flight. They can swing back and then swing forward. It's an interesting mechanic that PTFS should be able to tackle. I think the wings would definitely be an interesting idea. It would be hard to develop, but we have seen other stuff that are really harder, like VTOL be added. So obviously the F-14 really has a mechanic that would be super unique and would be absolutely great addition. Just the mechanics myself, just think the Groom and Tomcat would be an amazing addition to PTFS. So I'm going to go ahead and get this suggestion an 8 out of 10. I like the idea. It's going to be hard to add to the game because of its, mechanic of the swing on the wings, and Orange will have definitely a tough time developing it. But I do like the aircraft a lot. It should be added. It's a unique aircraft and really would be a nice addition. This is a really cool idea by Season Shot HD, and this person says walls behind seats to hide the empty space that closes the wall as a storage room for flight attendant. And how would this make everyone lag? We got 3D cockpits, guys. And I do agree, it probably won't lag. Here's why. We already have 3D cockpits, they have that type of thing, and honestly, the interiors of planes are so extremely bland. I hate them. Wall separation would be just an interesting idea, and would be easy to add. There's these like cabinets that you can have for cabin crew, elevating cabin crew realism, and obviously adding cool for airline roleplays. It's great for serving. It just makes sense because you add a lot of like realism to a part of the plane, which is so boring. And I think if you want to spice things up, let's do it. Come on, man. Again, we have 3D cockpits, and they weren't an issue. I mean, I don't think this would be an issue either. So I'll give this an 8 out of 10. I'll just give it an 8 out of 10, just partly because I can see the lag issues, but I do like the idea, and we'll see where it goes. So I'll give it an 8 out of 10 here. The last suggestion is by the one and only Cargo Reel, the Blue Husky, and shut down the suggestion channel. Don't take away my content, I swear, do not. But that's basically it for today's video. I hope you understand what my opinion on the PTF suggestions are. Would they be added? And honestly, it's a really cool, look at these PTF suggestions and how would they fit in the game. It's really cool. And if you do want me to do a part 7, I mean, we're on part 6. Part 7, please like the video. I know these videos do really good in the algorithm. So let's do 30 likes and possibly I'll do a part 7. Otherwise, end screen videos will appear on your screen right now. You can maybe watch them because I know you have extra free time. But that's basically it, guys. Thanks for watching. And as always, take flight. Adios.